The question is, what do you do when you can't access the flight controller? Well, I watched a video. I got out my sharp needlepoint leads, drone mesh. The flight controller he worked on was just a 30 millimeter flight controller, not an all-in-one. But anyway, I couldn't fix it the way he did. My USB is completely gone. So all I can do, I tightened everything up. I fixed the loose wire that was on the smart audio, which I don't think had anything to do with the flight characteristics. I tightened everything, all the bolts on the stack. I made sure that the flight controller was the even tension on the bolts holding it. And I got some new props on order. I'm going to try the bi-blades. I'm flying on a 553S, which is pretty big for this drone. It flies okay on that, but that might have something to do with some of the jitters. I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do now is take it out for a ride and see if I got rid of some of the jello. I'm eventually going to replace the flight controller, I think, but I'm hoping with this chip shortage, it's very hard to find something economical. I'm not paying $70 to replace the flight controller on this little drone. Oh man, the room we're sitting in right now is just full of drones and other equipment. So another thing when you're working on these, get you one of these. It's one of these Amazon special. I take the one eye out. I just look through one eye. If you got a solder, you know, it's like a watchmaker cheapy, 12 bucks. Really helps, especially with my eyesight. So for soldering and checking voltages on little tiny connections and stuff like that, they're great. I can't see the jello in the FPV feed because it's not a very clear picture. The camera looks good because it's got an SD card and it's one of those 1080p 60 FPS. But if I showed you what I was looking at, you'd understand. Of course, anybody who flies analog would understand. So when I get the new props, I'm going to do another little test, and I'm going to put the right, probably a 450, a thinner battery that fits on there good, and see if I can get that worked out. Because what I'm trying to do is figure out if I want to use this for a naked vista. I don't know if I do or not, but I have a couple drones that I just don't use. This being one of them. Or it's not naked, but it's a vista. I can make it naked. This is the Beta 95. I just never liked the way it flew. I was never happy with it. I built it. I just bought the frame and built it myself. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the whoop, Cinewhoop. And this one, out of all the Beta 95 versions, and there's a bunch of them, is getting the worst reviews and everything. There's a lot of good parts on this. This is a HGLRC. This is where I got the props for my little toothpick here. What happened was I crashed it and I broke the camera, and I bought a new lens, and I haven't got it back up in the air. But this flight controller is questionable because it was one of the first ones I ever had. Ran a 1500 milliamp battery on it, and I think it still works, but I just think I need a new flight controller for it too. It's an all-in-one, and it's a 35 amp, I believe, but it's still, that was way too much battery for it. And this it's pretty fast. I put new motors on it and things, and it's in the works. It's ready to fly. I just got to put the top on, and I need to adjust the camera and put the top on. But right now I'm concerned with this because it's a lot funner and it's a lot quieter. These toothpicks, I really like them because they're quiet and they're light and they're fast. So that's where I'm at. Now, let's go for a fly.